And we, I'd like to see a day where the president who's opened State House actually has a day with all the goons of Nairobi. So that, yes, exactly. Because State House has now become the place for the citizens. Because, you...
Lakini, on a serious note, fellow Kenyans, you better have akili. Ni vizuri sana mtu awe na akili kuliko mtu kukosa akili. So tell me, how would these people know goons? Ati unasikia huyu mama anasema kwamba William Ruto anapaswa kuchukua goons. Yani afungue tu, yani State House, like how are these people taking yani State House has been turned into, like, I don't know, a place where anybody can go, anything can happen there. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much, guys, for your greatest support. Now, fellow Kenyans, let me start by saying this, that in my life of studies, doing everything, doing a lot of researches and all that, there is one thing that I've come to notice, or I came to realize, that there are two people that you're not supposed to joke with. Number one, you should not joke with someone who has your nudes. Number two, never ever threaten or joke with your parent. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because I want us to break these two things pole pole. Let's start with your parent. A parent can place a curse in your life. That is for a fact. Your parent has the power, especially fathers. I think especially fathers have got power to place a curse upon their children. But now the most serious issue, the most serious thing is never ever joke with someone who has your nudes. When I talk about nudes, I think you understand what I'm trying to say. Why? Because this person that has your nudes, the person can threaten you with them any moment, because akonazo kwa simu. Anaweza kuambia kwamba atazi-upload, ataku-expose nazo, atatumia marafiki zako, atatumia familia yako, ataziweka kwa internet. What are you going to do? So in other words, huyo mtu mwenye kuna nudes zako anaweza akakutumia vibaya up to a point that wewe mwenyewe hata ujinyonge ama ujiue. Now, I'm talking about those two scenarios because of this video that I want us to talk about. We have got two people here. But basically, actually, we have three. We have got President William Ruto, we have Wamuchomba, and we have Women Rep of Nairobi County, that is Esther Pasaris, and finally we have got GACHAGUA. So, as we get into this discussion, let me humbly request you, fellow Kenyans, that if at all you're meeting for the first time, please don't forget to click the subscribe button. You can as well, you can share, drop in your comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think and where exactly you're watching this video from. And also to the Bonita Media family and community, we have a project going on, and I think all of us knows what's happening for those who've been watching the videos. Last month we did a project which was a success. Which is very successful because of your support, you standing with these kids. And after that, the director requested that tuzidi tu kuwasaidia tuwanunulie rangi, kwa sababu the place where the kids are staying is not that much safe. I think they need some renovation. So I'm just requesting you guys that tunaweza kununulia rangi. Rangi moja, I think rangi nne zitatosha. Rangi mbili za blue na rangi mbili za cream white. Cream white, I think, any background yangu, as you can see. So let us just stand in the gap again and help these kids. Remember, the hand that giveth is the hand that receiveth. All of us, I know that knows what it takes when you help somebody who is in need, especially these children who are really in need. Let's get back to the discussion. Regarding GACHAGUA, has been threatening to expose William Ruto together with his concubines, because I think akona wengi to a point that hata Rigathi Gachagua mwenyewe anashindwa aanzie wapi. Now, you know, right now what I normally say is that right now, if there is somebody who we should always take very serious whenever he's speaking, is Rigathi Gachagua, because the guy has got intels wenye hata atujue wanatoka wapi. Yani mtu anakuja anaweza kuja na anamwambia kwamba Rigathi Gachagua, William Ruto is planning to do something, is planning to do this, and all of a sudden that is exactly what William Ruto goes ahead and does. So you wonder, how did this guy know this? You see, how did he know that this thing is going to happen? How did he know that William Ruto is going to do this? How did he know, like literally, anajuaje au anajuaje kwamba sasa huyu jamaa anapanga kufanya 1 2 3 na yale mambo ambayo ameyasema ndio yanaenda kufanyika? You understand? I'm really trying to figure out, I'm really trying to understand what is going on when Rigathi Gachagua is saying that I'm going to release the nudes if he's not very careful. Maybe they are political nudes, we don't know. They are own political secrets, we don't know. But one thing I know is that it has not been very good between William Ruto and the women that surrounds him. Karen Nyamu, Esther Pasaris, Oruoba, Sabina Chege, all these women that have been surrounding William Ruto, especially wale wenye tunajua tabia yao si mzuri sana, it has never been safe with them. Together with the president, you remember when Karen Nyamu exposed ile room yenye iko Western Hotel, alikuwa anasema kwamba walikulwa wote huko pamoja na naitwaje na wa Omanga. So hakuna mtu mbaya anaweza akajitetea kwamba hakuliwa huko. Na of course wakisema kwamba waliliwa Western Hotel, walikuliwa na nani? Mtu mmoja tu. But that is not it. That is not the point. My point is this. I've heard Esther Pasaris talking about goonism. And one thing I can say, and I normally say, is that every politician has goons.
I was in Uganda for the election observation, and I went to in Kampala. Kampala was really opposition tough, all right? And I I spoke to some of the police, because as an observer, election observer, you get the preview of talking to a lot of people. And I said, how are you handling, goonism here? I asked that question to the head of, one of the heads of the police stations that I visited. And he said to me, you know what? We incorporated them into providing security in the grassroots, all right? And, we trained them so that they can goons. The police trained them. Because the police realize that we are one for maybe 500 or 600. So what we have to do, what we perceived as goons, let us take them. And I want to say this, a lot of our goons are beyond hiring for NYS, beyond the age of hiring for police. But if we streamline them and we got them and we, I'd like to see a day where the president who's opened State House actually has a day with all the goons of Nairobi. So that, yes, exactly. Because State House has now become the place for the citizens. Because, you...
Lakini, on a serious note, fellow Kenyans, you better have akili. Ni vizuri sana mtu awe na akili kuliko mtu kukosa akili. So tell me, how would these people know goons? Ati unasikia huyu mama anasema kwamba William Ruto anapaswa kuchukua goons. Yani afungue tu. Yani State House, like how are these people taking State House has been turned into, like, I don't know, a place where anybody can go, anything can happen there. Ati William Ruto apange achukue goons, apeleke State House waonge. Like, she's like very sure that these people that are being called goons, that are calling themselves goons or are being called goons, are beyond are beyond police officers. Hawezi wakaenda NYS, hawezi wakaenda Kenya Police, hawezi wakaenda KDF. The only thing that they can do, wapeleke State House. Ruto wape pesa. Seriously. You are not even talking about government securing jobs for these people. Because at the end of the day, all of us must agree on one thing, that what these people miss or what these people lack, ni kazi. That is why they are loitering around. Now, I was doing some little studies on how goons are made, and this is what I found. This was my finding. that unaona watu ambao hawana kazi, vijana ambao hawana kazi, and then they normally sit in one place. Every day they sit there, every day they sit there, they have no job. And then when a politician comes and then suggests, gives them something, tells them that, okay, I have a job for you. I want you to go and disrupt a meeting somewhere. And then after disrupting that meeting, I'm going to pay you handsomely. I'm going to pay you, not even handsomely. I'm going to give you 50 bob, 100 shillings, 200 shillings. You know, these guys, there's a high possibility of these people going to those meetings because hiyo 50 bob, 100 shillings, awangepata. Lakini umekuja like they work with what they've been offered. They work with what is there. They go with what is in the hand. Mkiambiwa ya kwamba okay, we're going to give you 100 bob, watakimbia wafanye hiyo. Ukiambiwa kwamba we're going to give you 200, they're really going to do very fast to go and accomplish that job so that they can come back for that money. So you see, and then leaders are telling us that wanataka William Ruto wakubali goons waende State House. Seriously, where are we living? Kwani tuko dunia gani? That is my question. Tuko dunia gani? Naomba tu niambie tuko dunia gani? Hakuna mwanasiasa ambaye hana goons, tusidanganyane. Whether they are good goons or they are bad goons, but hakunaga good goons. A goon is a goon. Kwa sababu ni mtu ambaye utakuwa unamdirect, unamwambia kwamba sasa enda mahali fulani ufanye kitu 1 2 3 na nenda anafanya. Utakaa chini uwaambia kwamba now it's time now to go, for you to go and do 1 2 3 things. Wataenda wanafanya. Na hawataifanya kwa njia mzuri, haitakuwa kitu mzuri, itakuwa kitu mbaya. So what I'm trying to say is that sometimes we may be reluctant. Sometimes we relax, sometimes we do things, sometimes we say things without understanding the repercussion or without considering the consequences. Now, the consequence of having goons in this nation is that all these politicians, is that all these people that we are seeing walking around up and down here, it's going to be very much difficult, very much hard for people to understand what's going on. Because kama kwa mfano mwanasiasa anaweza akajitolea nasema kwamba goons wake waende mahali fulani, waende waharibu vitu fulani. And these goons, remember these goons that are being used are just brothers and sisters. Actually they are men. Ulisikia juzi Kipchumba Murkomen anasema kwamba goons that attacked Ososi in Kisumu wametoroka, ni kama wameenda Uganda. How did he know? Out of 17, 13 of them wame disappear, only 4 have been found. Only 4 of them represented themselves. So how when you represent themselves, wale wenye walikimbia wote, all those 13 people walikimbia ati hawako Kenya. Seriously? Okay, how did you know that they're not in Kenya? Sometimes we really need to be serious about what is going on or what is happening in this nation. How did you know that all those goons are not in Kenya, that wametoroka wameenda either Uganda or Tanzania?
Interior and National Administration Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen has revealed that there are over 100 organized criminal gangs and thousands of goons operating in the country, mainly to disrupt political events. The CS, who appeared before the National Assembly Administration and National Security Committee, told the legislators that 200 suspected goons have so far been arrested, blaming politicians for fueling and sponsoring the goons. Emmanuel Tor reports.
Probably in the course of the week or whenever it is ready.
Interior National Administration Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen's appearance before the National Assembly Administration and Internal Security Committee was expected to clear the air on the recent spate of goons who have brazenly been disrupting political events in the country. CS Murkomen revealing that the number of criminal gangs and goons has since risen in the country.
I think in my previous appearance in the committee, I provided a list of 42, was it 42? Oh, what was that, 100 and something gangs across the country. Gangs, not goons. Goons now are in thousands.
The CS, who disclosed that 200 suspected goons had so far been arrested in relation to the recent incidents, blamed the political class for enabling the culture of goons.
Nearly all the political leaders, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, have at least a form of goons. They are disguised as bouncers. They are always supporting and escorting politicians to functions. And Mr. Speaker, I don't need to mention names, but even if I put my eyes now to look like this, I can almost say something. in a number of counties, they have departments and a chief officer in charge of goons.
Your predecessors before handled them heads on. We all remember how Mishuki, really crashed and broke, all this. You're up to the task. You have to save this country.
On 26th April 2026, there's going to be a rally in Kisumu. Could you give us, as Linda Mwananchi, the assurance that the state will provide sufficient security?
Not Kisumu alone. All these goons and gangs are available for hire. The man who will take care of them today, will only be doing so because he has the capability and time. Irresponsible leaders are the greatest threat to national security. That is period.
The CS then turning his guns on the judiciary, saying the courts have to become the weak link in the war against criminal gangs.
Over 1,000 people were arrested by the by the IG, including those who banned police station in Kikuyu, in Olkalau, in all these other places. What happened? What happened? The courts released them.
Murkomen now says the government has invested in more surveillance systems, especially in urban areas, to deter and disrupt criminal elements. This comes as the CS also told the committee that several goons who attacked Vihiga Senator Godfrey Osoti in Kisumu 2 weeks ago had fled the country.
The rest of the 13 or 14 ran out of the country to the neighboring country. So, but the IG and the DCI are on them, working with the authorities in the neighboring country, and we will arrest all of them eventually.
Emmanuel Too, Citizen TV, Nairobi.
Wamevuka boda, ulijuaje? Is there any investigation? Na wakati ambapo walikuwa navuka, what were you doing? Yes, umesema wamevuka boda. Wakati walikuwa navuka, wewe mwenyewe, what did you do? Okay, what happened? How did you come into a conclusion? How did you come to know that the goons that were there wamevuka boda wakaenda Uganda ama Tanzania? From Kisumu to Uganda. How long is that distance? So you want to tell us, you guys want to tell us that all these things that have been happening are happening, and yet there is nobody who is considering them, or there is nobody who is talking about it? Seriously? What I do say, or what I normally say sometimes, is that we are being led by people who don't really care about what Kenyans or what citizens are going through. Because suppose they cared about what citizens are going through, I think it could have been better for citizens, or it could have been better for Kenyans, at least to see this thing in a different way. But then, there is no way we are going to see this thing in a different way, yet the people that are supposed to make sure that everything is working are not even making any step. Ingekuwa vizuri kama at least kuna step, kuna kitu ambacho wanakifanya. But then there is nothing that they do. There is literally nothing that they are doing to make sure that at least Kenyans are safe, to make sure that at least things are working. Things are not working because our politicians doesn't want things to work. Kabisa unasikia Wamuchomba is attacking other people simply because they are against what she's doing. Kwani tuko Kenya gani, seriously? We are in a nation where you cannot correct something when wakati ambapo wanasema wanafanya kitu mbaya, you can't really, you can't correct what politicians are doing. Hata wakifanya kitu mbaya, you can't correct them. I'm literally failing to understand what has been going on, or what's going on in this nation. Can somebody try to explain what is happening, what is going on? Because I don't know. Mimi kusema kweli, mimi sielewi kabisa. I don't understand. I literally don't understand what is going on unless maybe somebody comes and tells me that, Boni, this is what is happening in this nation. At the comment section, because we have goons. The same goons are given position. Imagine sasa hii, somebody like Gaucho, this goon guy, Gaucho right now is in the board of Mama Lucy. At class 2 dropout. A class 2 dropout is going to control PhD holders. Is going to control people with masters, people with degrees. Kwa board. A class 2 dropout, simply because kuna kitu ambacho, like, seriously. Sometimes you sit down and you ask yourself, how did we end up here? We ended up here the moment we decided to elect this government without even considering the repercussions. Without even considering what next, what is going to happen next. How is it going to affect us? How is it going to affect Kenyans? How are things going to work? That is the moment that we messed up. Suppose maybe tungejua kwamba all these things are going to happen, I think ungekuwa na mabadiliko kubwa sana. Tungebadilika. Kuna vitu ambavyo zinafanyika saa hizi ambavyo tungevizuia. Lakini what is happening right now is that we can't come out of this. Literally, I would say with a lot of confidence that we can't come out of this. We can't. There is no single day you are going to come out of this. Because if you try to come out of this, these are now the consequences. Kabisa, these are now the consequences of what has been going on or what is happening. But I want to know what you think. I literally want to know what you think at the comment section concerning the same scenario, concerning the same thing. Because one thing I believe and one thing I'm sure of is that sometimes we do things, or sometimes things happen that wakati mwingine tunakati chini tunajiuliza kwamba, oh, did it really happen? Did I just see that thing happening? You understand? Did I just watch that thing happening? Wakati mwingine watu hufika hapo, inafika pale ambapo unakaa chini unajiuliza kwamba, did I just see that happening? Yes, it happens. Things like those happen. But now what if they happen, if at all they happen, the question is, if they happen, what are you supposed to do to make sure that they don't repeat themselves, or things like those don't happen again? I would like to know what you think at the comment section, but please don't forget to drop me your comment. Tell me what you think and where exactly you're watching this video from. And also, please, to the family and the community, let us stand with those kids. Let us make sure that at least those kids are safe. Until we meet again, I've been your host, Bon Savina. Bingo.